Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. No, I'm not still a road dog because I'm doing it my way, the highway, the only way. Ladies and gentlemen, you have stumbled upon and came across the wonderful show that is Wrestle Talk. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am C Double, Chris Champion, and with me as always, I got a crew, but y'all, you know that. I don't stand alone. I don't ride and die alone. I have my tag team like you wouldn't believe. So let me introduce them all to you. We got number one Uno fan right here, straight from the IRC himself, Lion Claw.
Hey, what's going on? How you doing? Anybody, IRC listeners, want to post any questions, comments? Just hit me up. I'll try and get them on the air for you, because everybody's opinion matters here.
That's right, that's right. We are debuting a new interactive mode, Lion Claws with IRC. If you have any questions, IRC, please, or any statements, I want to hear it from you guys. We are bringing in any and everyone that wants to talk wrestling. With that being said, it's my honor to introduce the PWFisWar Tag Team Champions, Mr. Badass Billy Austin and Mr. Paul Jasper. Billy, say hello to the people. And of course, go ahead, Billy.
What's up?
All right. What up, Paul?
What's going on, everyone? Believe in the Shield.
You know it, you know it. And of course, what show is not complete, ladies and gentlemen, without the one, the only, from the Wrestling Takedown Federation himself, Mr. Soon-to-be Bloodbath Champion and World Heavyweight Champion, who is part of the greatest stable of all time, the Renegades. Ladies and gentlemen, the granddaddy of them all, CM Motherfucker Styles!
Great to be back, my boy. Great to be back. Bring it on.
All right. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, you can follow us at Wrestle__talk on Twitter. Meet us on Facebook. We're on there too, at Wrestle Talk. You want to be a part of the show? Please do not hesitate. Ask questions. I am Chris Champion. This is Lion Claw. He's in the IRC. If you have questions, if you want to be a part, please ask along. Now, if we get any guys jumping in, you guys got to do about a minute review. That's all I ask. Everyone else is getting 2.5 because, let's be honest, we a 5-man band and we got to get it going. So with that being said, we start the show off with a 20-man battle royal for the U.S. title. So, guys, I thought this match was pretty damn hype. Enjoyed every bit of it. What were y'all's thoughts on this? Let me go ahead and just hit it to you guys. Lion Claw.
Man, I mean, you talk about craziness, organized chaos in the ring. That was intense for a while, and I did notice a few people on IRC, they made the comments like, okay, why is Rollins and Reigns helping out, when they could have? So, I mean, all in all, it's a solid match. I was impressed with it. And to see Sheamus come out, didn't see that one coming, but I'm kind of happy he did win it. Maybe he'll get some more title defenses. Who knows? But real good.
I hear you, man. All right, Billy, go ahead and tell us what you thought there, Brickwall.
All right, I thought it was pretty good opener to the show. Obviously, I guess Sheamus is going to win the U.S. title because Ambrose is in the faction right now, pretty much. Factions don't really defend titles like they used to back in the days. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good match to start off for all.
I hear you, man. All right, Paul, go ahead and hit us some home, man.
I found out about it last minute, so I was really hyped, and to see it open the show was even better. It set the tone for the rest of the night. It's pretty chaotic of a battle royal. Nothing extraordinary by any means, but I enjoyed it. The part that really hit me hard, that really bothered me, was when I saw Ziggler get eliminated. So He was the guy I was really gunning for. I was hoping maybe Tyson Kidd would be in it, some up and comer, someone that deserves a spotlight. But they put the title around Sheamus, and possibly they could be building towards a heel turn in the next month or two. So I think Sheamus needs it, and Ambrose had the title just about 13 days short of a year. So I think he held it well, even though he wasn't booked properly. Overall, I would rather have seen Ziggler win, but it's okay. Nothing wrong with that. The Shield's freaking hot right now, so it doesn't bother me, the title or not. Ambrose is still fucking a hell of a talent.
Yeah, I'm with you there. All right, CM, hit it hard, baby.
And let me tell you, I will hit this one hard. This was a very solid 20-man over the top. Zack Ryder was on TV yet again tonight. Big surprise right there. On top of that, all the guys that got eliminated, sucks to be you. Dean Ambrose especially. But you know what? You had that title for most of the year. So you gave that title some prestige, with or without defending it. Sheamus, on the other hand, got a lot of heat for this. It was like shades of the Royal Rumble over again. The elimination, you're going to get booed. It doesn't matter if you're a face or a heel. But hats off to Sheamus. Hopefully he defends this title here and there. He's already got a title defense coming up this Friday on SmackDown. So I'm looking forward to watching that.
Yeah, I'm with you. And by the way, I want to give a special shout out to the host of PWFisWar. He's over across seas, but I want to just give him a quick shout out there. Thanks very much, Adam Feldman. We appreciate you. We'll make sure and get you a link. And thank you for letting us have Brick Wall and Paul here. You guys, appreciate y'all very much. We're going to be plugging the hell out of your show. We'll be plugging the hell out of Destroying Kayfabe. Why? Because that's what Wrestle Talk does. Ladies and gentlemen, look, honestly, this is what I thought about this match. It was really good, done definitely well. I didn't have a problem with Sheamus winning. It was surprising, but yet when you see the rumors and everything, it looks like we got a heel turn with Sheamus. So if that's the case, I don't really have a problem with it. I mean, he even kind of responded in a heel form when he was like, hey, sucks to be you, fella. So I don't have a problem with it. To me, I thought, it was legit, Dean turned around, got a bro kick. What do you think was going to happen? It's like, you got to keep your head on a swivel when you're in a match like that. Dean Ambrose. Paul, I got to tell you, man, this guy just keeps impressing me. CM, me and you talked well of Dean Ambrose. I got much respect for Dolph Ziggler, but we need to discuss something. All right? Like you said, it sucks to be you, those guys that got eliminated, but Goldust, make sure that tights stay zipped up.
Oh, man, it's split right down the middle.
That was scaring everybody, my God. I mean, Twitter was about to explode on that one. And dear Lord, Heath Slater, Dolph Ziggler started that ripped-up T-shirt phenomenon. You don't need to copy. You're above that, my friend. You're above it, Wendy's chick. Be above it. All right. So with that being said, and by the way, happy Cinco de Mayo for everybody.
Was that a John Cena reference?
No, well, not really. It's just, let's be honest. That's what we know him as. So, Lion Claw, before I move on, is there any questions or any statements from that one? You said about the why did no one help?
Yeah, just why didn't that was all during the match. Why didn't Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns at least try and catch Ambrose when he was getting flipped over rope?
Quite honestly, I guys, if you have any statements on that, me personally, I didn't. It's almost like you already kind of know what was going on, and it surprised me to see them being out and watching. What were y'all thoughts on that? We'll go to you, Lion Claw.
Well, yeah, for them to just sit up there and just watch, I mean, actually getting involved, that was something we had seen from the field. So, because usually they're getting involved in each other's matches and stuff, but to see that, that was pretty unique on their part.
All right. Brick Wall.
Obviously the Shield's fully faced now. Now they're not going to help Dean because they want Dean to win his own matches by himself, pretty much. They're not heels no more. So.
Yeah, that's true. So what do you say there, Paul?
Yeah, I can agree with Billy. The most logical explanation for them not helping him would be because week after week after week, building up to now, they've been becoming more and more of a face. They've been getting over with the crowd more, and them not helping him out was maybe to see if he could win clean. But I respect that they brought him down to the last two, and Sheamus got the win at the end, and can't really be upset about it because Dean's had the title for just about a year now. So overall, it is what it is.
All right. So CM, you kind of with these guys?
Yeah, I can pretty much agree. There's nothing else to add. There's nothing to sugarcoat over this. Like they said, they're a face team now. They work as a unit when it's a six-man tag. When they're singles, they are proving to themselves that it's not being better than the other. It's knowing that they can still survive without each other.
Yeah. So, and that's pretty much the way it goes. The life of a Renegades and life of Shield. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and go to our next match, which kind of really a surprise to nobody. We end up, we have the U.S. champ, and of course they announced that Triple H himself, Mr. Main Eventer, comes out and announces the main event for tonight's Raw will be Shield versus the Wyatts in a six-man tag. Then we get told that Bad News Barrett will defend the IC title against Big E, and big hyping about Adam Rose showing up. So then we have Sheamus. He does his promo. Then we have Daniel Bryan with his wife. Guys, I got to ask the question. Are you kind of getting annoyed? Because personally, I get it. She's his wife, but I really don't want to hear Brie talk. She's really awful. I got to say it. I know people are going to be pissed at me for saying it, but I got to say it, man. She's pretty bad. Lion Claw, what? And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, Mike Miner is coming, Mr. Eminem Factor himself. So I hope to God he does do the excuse me, but we'll go with it if we have to. So Lion Claw, go ahead.
It was a pretty that little segment. Kind of, I have to agree with you. Brie does not need to act like an '80s horror, like she said, '80s horror movie or anything like that. But I mean, it had that little creep factor because you see Kane's mask come up out of nowhere and stuff. It's like, oh, stay here until your match. Thinking she has something to do with it.
Well, yeah, obviously, but I mean, so all right, Brickwall, what do you think?
It's already said, man. It's just Brie was getting annoying when she was yelling the whole time. She can't act. She's just annoying. I'm getting tired of her screaming the whole night.
Yeah, I'm with you. Paul, what do you think, man?
The first thing that comes to mind when Brie Bella is involved in any Daniel Bryan or Kane segment in recent history is, it's just like overkill. It's like, overkill. She's trying too hard, and it really does show. It sticks out like a sore thumb. You could tell she's overacting, and it's just not realistic in my opinion. So I don't know. Kind of like she's a clinging on to Daniel Bryan at the moment, but she's also part of the storyline too. So you can't really just remove her because it's not good. So we have to flow with it. They're gonna go through with it, and I'm not gonna complain because the match quality, Extreme Rules exceeded expectations overall. So I'll watch where it goes. I'll try to ignore Brie, and that's the best we could hope for, I guess.
Yeah, I hear you, man. All right, there, CM.
I'd rather watch Zack Ryder and Eve do this angle over again and watch this crap right here. This right here. I mean, it'd be great if Brie wasn't involved, but Dodie and Creative really dropped the ball on this one. Like you guys said, she overacts too much, and she doesn't sell well. And when she screams, I hope she doesn't scream like that when the camera's off, because let me tell you, I would divorce that in a heartbeat. But yeah, I don't know what else to say about this awful segment.
Yeah. Well, it's just a question that we had on that, or a question that I was thinking about when we were watching. But all right, so we have RVD versus Cesaro, the King of Swing, versus the whole damn show. Guys, this is basically, I guess, a rematch from Extreme Rules. Results in a disqualification win for RVD. What were you guys' thoughts on this match? Were you kind of disappointed? What did you feel about it? Go to Lion Claw.
Oh, I mean, yes, it was pretty much of an honor match. Cesaro got himself DQ'd. Sitting up there like, oh, don't you be suspended or whatever. I mean, RVD pretty much showed just there, I guess, you know. There were
Yeah,
some pretty good moves, you know, like they kept kicking out of each other's, you know, top moves and everything, but I mean,
yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Well, Brickwall, what do you say, bro?
Yeah, it was a pretty good back and forth match. Yeah, Cesaro won by or lost by DQ. I see them. I see a rematch at maybe Payback.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Paul, what do you say, man?
I thought they did all right. Coming off the triple threat match at Extreme Rules. It wasn't anything special, but they had a good time slot during that match, and I thought they did well with it. They performed well. They had, there was a couple of cool spots they did. Overall, I enjoyed it. There was nothing wrong with it. It's an honorable mention in my opinion.
Yeah, that is really good. And I mean, it's definitely one of those. So, CM, what do you think, buddy, about the match?
I actually enjoyed it. I mean, it was nothing like last night, but it wasn't the Extreme Rules. The DQ, it did kind of throw me off, and then after that, Heyman stopping him saying, "Hey, if you don't stop this, they're going to suspend you." And I was thinking, since when does Heyman follow a policy? Um,
Yeah, right.
yeah, but I was just like, that right there kind of threw everything off and made me not want to believe I just watched this match. But overall, RVD did a great job of overselling. He looked high as hell after he got his ass beat. So, as the people in IRC said, they beat Cesaro beat the THC out of his ass.
Oh, man. We had to go there. I'm sorry. Nah, because I was making comments on it too. He's going RVD. I'm going, damn, he must be really high if you don't know his name. But no, to me, this match is really good. You need something like this, set the mood for tonight. So it's kind of necessary. Man, Cesaro impressed me with his power yet again. The guy is just really dominant. I like that he's in this matchup with RVD. I just hope that they can have a really good classic. RVD's got good matches in him. I mean, the promo he shot on Heyman a couple of weeks ago about Paul Heyman, watch your wallet, that was really good, and I just hope we get some more of that. It's very overdue because we don't get to hear RVD talk much. So I think they can really capitalize on something really good there. Quickly, do we have any comments on that on IRC about that match or anything else so far?
nope.
All right, cool. So let's go to the Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family promo. Basically, he's talking about having the whole world in his hands, talking about the image of Wyatt, talking to, Sister Abigail. Guys, this guy is a great talker on the mic. I will not take that away from him, because I enjoy it. He is such a good storyteller on the mic itself. Any comments on the actual promo itself? Lion Claw?
Creepy as hell. I mean, he gave me goosebumps. He could work that mic for real. That's all. I mean, it's just the way he talks. I mean, it's like.
I hear you. Rick Wall, what do you think? I'm sorry.
No, I'm good.
All right, cool.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
Yeah, Bray Wyatt's gold on the mic. Every time he puts out the promo, he just I'm glued to the TV and I can't stop watching.
Yeah, I'm with you there, man. I mean, he is really good. What you say, Paul?
His promos are always gold. The first thing that comes to mind, and I know probably a lot of people would disagree with me, but he's arguably the most consistent promo of all time.
That's pretty high praise there. Go ahead there, CM.
Creepy as hell. How does a guy go from getting booed coming out to having the crowd play into his hands by singing that damn song over and over and over? How he does it, it gets me. It's the crowd being the sheep, being a part of something, because that's exactly what Triple H said weeks and weeks ago. These people want to be a part of something. It's not Daniel Bryan, it's Cesaro. It's not Cesaro, it's the Wyatts. It's not Wyatt, it's the Shield. It's not Shield, they'll fall right into Evolution. And I can't cut promos and I wear skinny jeans. I mean, how much worse can it get? But let me tell you, I love the Wyatts. They're awesome. Everyone in WWE is great, but these guys right here are top notch, especially with Bray and his promo skills.
I hear you. Look, Paul, you said it perfectly. You're the most consistent talker on the mic. You know, what he lacks in the ring skills, the mic work is top notch. And, you know, you get away with that. When you are good on the mic and you can get the people to be hooked by you, is great. And like you said, you know, being the puppeteer, pulling strings, getting that emotion out of you. He does it better than anybody. And dear God, can we just give the creepy award to Luke Harper? I mean, my God, if we keep getting a
Oh man.
zoom in on that man's face anymore, I
Does he even
swear.
blink? Does he blink?
I don't know, but I tell you, when he gets into it in that character, he must scare a whole lot of people. You know, and I bet you he goes to drive-thrus and do it. Don't even order food, just go up and just scare everybody and their mama themselves. So with that being said, let us go to the next match, which was brother drama. Oh, brother, brother, brother. So we got Cody Rhodes versus Ryback. Goldust is in the corner, Curtis Axel in the other, and we get an epic melee. So guys, you know, what were y'all's thoughts on the match? Goldust costing Cody again. Go ahead, Line Claw.
It was a pretty solid match. You could tell Ryback and I should say Ryback is getting a lot of momentum. I mean, they're showing that they're going to be a formidable tag team. I wouldn't be surprised if they go for the belts one of these times in the future soon.
Wow. All right, Brick Wall.
Yeah, I thought it was an alright match. Yeah, Goldust cost Cody Rhodes the match. I still think they're gonna break up soon, maybe a few.
All right, Paul.
You know, I pretty much just saw it as a filler. You know, I did enjoy some of it. They did throw some new elements into the mix, something that you don't really see from either of them. But you know, for the time constraints they had and what they did, it wasn't anything short of okay. You know, would I have been mad if I missed it? Nah, I don't think I would have been. But at the end of the day, they're just building up to Cody and Goldust splitting apart. So far, it seems that Cody's going to be the heel in the mix. So I'm interested to see how he runs as a heel, especially feuding with Goldust, because you know I think it'll be a great match. I wasn't happy to see it at WrestleMania. Thankfully, they didn't go for it, but I think it's the perfect timing now.
All right. I see him.
Besides the breaking news from the match before, where Brock Lesnar has conquered the streak, this match right here was pretty subpar. And yes, I had to throw that in there. But this match right here, pretty damn decent. Goldust again, costing Cody the match. That tension has been building up for weeks now since Mania's ended. It brings back the Rockers breakup, except that happened in Survivor Series, and this is happening right after Extreme Rules. And they should have did this a long time ago, real long time ago. I don't know what they've been waiting on. I guess that whole tweet where Goldust said he didn't want to wrestle his brother anymore. But this match was solid. Ryback, I must say, he's improved a whole lot ever since he got knocked down a couple pegs. He's maturing a little bit more in the ring. He's a little bit more safe than he used to be. So I guess that message got across to him. So hats off for hitting that, what is it, the shell shock he calls it. But yeah, great match.
Yeah. And by the way, you know, I'm in the middle of this because honestly, part of me is like, all right, fine, if they're gonna do it, do it. But I really wish they would have kept the tag team together. You know, they had great chemistry. It's not like these guys were struggling as tag team. So it really bothers me. But if it pays off for Cody in the end, I don't really have a problem with it. But
would you agree that they're a little underappreciated?
They are very underappreciated. I mean, the Rose family in general. I don't feel they get the, I don't want to say proper respect, but like you said, yeah, the recognition. It's like, because you could do so much with them, and it just really bothers me. You know, I mean, what do you guys think?
Them and the Shield put on great matches. You know, I thought they were a good team together. I thought they flowed well, and you know, the brotherly bond was there, and it all really worked. And I thought I think they're underrated, really.
Yeah. What say you guys? Brick.
Yeah, the roads. It has to go back to probably the WCW days why they treat them so bad.
Yeah.
McMahon's in the roads.
Yeah. And you know they could have even fed off that for a while. Lion Claw. What say you, man?
Hey, unless it really benefits either one or both of them in singles competition, they should have kept them together for real. They could keep them together.
Yeah. CM.
I'd like to see them be a tag team just a little bit longer, but the only reason they even formed back up was because of the whole authority thing, regime, and all that. After the tag title run was up, I had the feeling that their time was going to get together. So yeah, they're really in the mix right here, just like any other superstar that either holds a title or just has no place to be appreciated at. So yeah, I'm highly with you guys on this one.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that being said, we get, yet again another promo. Kane mask glowing in the dark. They're running out of the room like a bunch of scared women. Shaggy and Scooby. I can understand when you see Kane's mask, you run too. So Shaggy and Scooby run through the hall. Oh, I'm sorry. Daniel Bryan and Bree run to the hall. Stephanie says she's going to get the car ready because we all know the most safest place is in the car. When you're running from a monster. And of course, then, I don't know, was that terrible or was the Cinco de Mayo Raw celebration featuring the Matadors and Torito? Oh my God. Help us. I was praying for Chris Jericho to save us. Anybody, even Lana. So, guys, obviously we're going to have to talk about it. I'm sorry, I don't mean to Abdullah the Butcher fork knife y'all. Lion Claw.
Hey, somebody had to talk. I guess I'm glad to see 3MB did.
I hear you. Yeah.
I mean, if anybody, yeah, sure, let the midgets drop some more, I guess. I don't know.
The midgets are the stars in this thing. That's
I know.
All right, Brick.
I don't know. I don't know. The segment was kind of, I don't know.
Time fillerish.
Yeah, it was like a filler to me.
Yeah.
Just a filler.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I mean, it's cool. I'm not going to be upset about you saying that. Go ahead, Paul.
The funny thing is, what humors me in this whole thing is that Hornswoggle and El Torito are literally taking all the spotlight away from Matadors and 3MB. It's like these are like 5 wrestlers considered 3MB's jobbers, and the Los Matadors are like the lower mid card. But Hornswoggle and El Torito, they have the spotlight, and it's kind of funny because they're doing well with it. I think it's been better than 3MB and Los Matadors with you. But overall, yeah, I agree with it, you guys. It was just a filler, and what much more? You can't expect much more from it than that. There was a little bit of humor side to it, but it was nothing I was really into. It was alright. I thought the night before was a lot better.
Yeah, exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, that was all our thoughts right there. WTF. Go ahead, CM. Or was that your statement?
There's no other way to describe this feeling that I have for this. Paul was right on this one. Those little people took that spotlight away from both Los Matadors and 3MB. Last night they had their spotlight setting up the tables, the ladders, and the chairs, which was just as painful. I really don't know where this storyline is going to go. I just wish it would end now. They got what they wanted out of this company last night, and that should be as far as it should go. Just let this run short, literally.
I'm going to keep it brief, small, short, package, whatever you want to say it.
Okay, Jerry Smaller.
Yeah, exactly. And JBL.
Micro Cole.
And Micro Cole's running around my house here. But, ladies and gentlemen, let me put it like this. Download the WWE app to plug your eyeballs out with them.
And get it for half off.
Yeah, exactly. Half off, $4.99. And JBL wants your password. But, oh my God. you know, I thought this couldn't be bad, but El Matador's talking were horrible. They should be banned from talking. They need to be banned from talking unless they get Carlito to come out there with a mask too, and he's the only one allowed to talk. But they are horrible.
I don't think he'd come back. He'd do a shoot.
Yeah, exactly. But it would be better than this. And Paul, you said it. Hornswoggle and Torito have taken. Hornswoggle and Torito has buried this teams. They buried 3MP and buried the Matadors. They have outshined them all. I was wanting to know if they were going to be in the U.S. title match. It was so bad. You know, so we're going to go to the next match. I promise I don't want to put it too much. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very special part of the evening. I'd like to dedicate to the ravishing #ravishing Russian Lana, a.k.a. Anal, a.k.a. Lana, a.k.a. Anal, a.k.a. Lana. You get the point, you get the picture, good. Those legs and that booty is the most epic thing in the world. And, oh yeah, we also had a match with Kofi Kingston and and Rusev. So, Lionel, tell me what you thought of the match. I know you liked the comments I was making.
Okay, we pretty much know how you feel about Lana, so moving past that, Kofi is, I mean, I think he actually tested Rusev this time. I mean, he actually made him work for his paycheck.
I'm with you, yeah, he did. Alright.
I mean, then there was all she wrote, you know, but, I mean, up until that point, it was pretty good. You know?
It was a wrap.
Yeah.
Mike is trying to get on. Mike, if you can hear me, or I'm trying to help him out here. Try another browser, Microsoft Fire or Google Chrome. The Internet Explorer may be acting up with Google Plus for some reason. So if you can, try that and see if that helps. So, Brickwall, go ahead and tell me what you thought about well, if you want to talk about the Ravishing Russian, I'm not going to blame you. And if you want to talk about the match, you can do that too.
Alright, I thought the match was a little bit better than Extreme Rules. Kofi gave him a run for his money a little bit, looked like, and then he just owned him at the end. Yeah, Lana just looked, oh my god, just all she looked great.
Amen. Nothing to be ashamed of in that one. All right, Paul.
You know, just like you said, Lana looked stunning as always. With Kofi Kingston, Alexander Rusev did have to put in a little more of an effort. You know, it is a little bit of a step up in competition, but you know, Rusev still went over with the win. He's getting pushed, and I like the pairing of Lana and Rusev. I think it's a great thing for both of them. I think they're going to be successful, and you know, a little bit it's kind of upsetting because I would have loved to have seen a feud between Alexander Rusev and Umaga if he were still alive today. But too bad we can't see that. But yeah, squash match. Rusev goes over. I see big things in his future. I think he's going to turn out to be a bigger name than most people think he will.
Hey, we've been saying that too here. CM, go ahead there, buddy.
All right, I'll make this brief right here.
You're gonna get me kicked off the homepage.
Why does the WWE always pick on the black guy when it comes to facing Rusev? He took out Rick James last night. They made R-Truth work his ass off again. This was slavery in the works. I am not. Now tonight, we get to see Kofi giving him a run for his money, and yet he had the job just as bad as R-Truth did last night. This is just pure hate for WWE. I just want to bitch slap them for it.
But they're promoting Lana though.
Oh yeah. I'm glad you said that because I did add an extra hashtag right down.
Yeah, right there. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Yes.
I mean
backward. Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to work on that.
Hashtag that and the other one. So. But yeah, you know, I actually had that thought in my mind. Man, can Rusev fight other guys? Because apparently he's been beating up all the blacks. I mean, that's not right. But, you know, look, I love Kofi, man. He is high-flying, and let's give Kofi some credit. You know, Mr. I can wrestle in a battle royal and try to stay on in different ways than you can count on your hand. But you know, he comes out there. You know, he works his butt off. He did some really good spots with Rusev. Rusev worked well with him. You know, even though he got the win and you know dominant, but yet really wasn't that dominant. He actually let Kofi work him over a good bit. So, got to give hats off to Rusev. He looked good in that match. Lana, Jesus Christ, girl, you know. You're gonna have Twitter shut down one day with me going hashtag Ravishing Russia. So just let y'all know that now. With that being said, we saw Raw debut their newest moment, Hobo and Wife horror movie style. We had Scooby and Shaggy. I'm sorry, Hobo and his wife going to the car. Stephanie, beautiful Stephanie that is, knocking on the door. It had the look of a cheesy horror movie. I mean, it was that bad.
Yeah.
And then we go into Alberto Del Rio versus Daniel Bryan. You know, look, poor Del Rio about to get buried again. But what did y'all think? Because the match itself wasn't that bad, but you know, it just was awkward. But we'll talk about the match and then we'll talk about after the match. So kind of separate those two. Lion Claw.
The match actually wasn't bad. Daniel Bryan, you could tell he wasn't on his game because I mean he botched that flip that he does in the corner. I mean he doesn't fall down normally, you know. But for the most part, it was a pretty decent match, you know, considering it's better than it was the whole night. I'll put it like that.
Yeah, I hear. All right, Rick Wall.
Yeah, I thought it was a good match. People underrate Del Rio all the time. He's actually a good wrestler. Just the gimmick they give him, just not good.
Yeah, I'm with you there. You know, and Paul, go ahead there, buddy.
You know, I thought they had a decent contest between the two. You know, Daniel Bryan and Alberto Del Rio are two guys I'd like to see go for a 15-20 minute match. You know, I think they could hold the audience's attention and put on a good technical wrestling match. They're both technically sound in the ring. You know, they both have their pros, very little cons. Honestly, I feel Alberto Del Rio is underrated, and the majority of the reason he is underrated is because people look at him and they see how stale he is on the microphone, and he doesn't have much of that charisma. But you know, you kind of have to separate that and look at a guy and say, you know, he might not have the mic skills, but you know, this guy is a scientifically gifted wrestler, and that's what Alberto Del Rio is. You know, underrated, but if you look at it, you know, he does get the majority of the wins he's in, the majority of matches. So I thought they had a good match, and like I said, I'd like to see it go for longer. You know, I don't know if they're gonna pursue it. I think it was just an angle for tonight for to end up with Kane.
Yeah, that's true. All right, Sam.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with Paul on this one. I hope, you know, Del Rio's been still on the mic. His in-ring capabilities are great. If you ever see his work down at Triple A, CMLL, the guy is fantastic. Not only that, he has an MMA background.
Jones Carter Jr.
But yeah, you know, the WWE doesn't take advantage of his skills. And they water guys like him down. The whole destiny and heritage thing just got pitched out the window, and now he's just Cinco Del Rio now. Or however the hell JBL said it. And of course, Daniel Bryan, you know, with his continuous pain, keeping Brie out there and everything. The storyline needs to end. I have a really bad feeling I'm going to give this Raw bad review tonight compared to any other one. And it's mainly because of this 1980s scary movie storyline.
Yeah, oh man, boy did it ever feel like one. But yeah, I want to talk about the match because I want to give Del Rio some props. Del Rio really is a good worker. You know, I tell people, you know, let's not crap on this guy all the time. He can go. It's just, yeah, you know, what he could use is also a mouthpiece. You know, just having someone, you know, pump, you know, kind of just pumping, you know, the ego and everything. Not Paul Heyman, but, you know, even a Spanish performer or something. But he's really good. I love the work, and I'm with you, Paul. You know, he could definitely be in a match with Daniel Bryan, keep our attention going, and it wouldn't be bad. It would actually be really good. But with that being said, so then the fire comes out. Kane's fire hits. The 80s horror story starts. And my lord, do we ever get Some interesting moments. Daniel Bryan goes to his car, tries to start the car. Oh, the car won't start all of a sudden. Kane's in the back seat with Brie. Poor Kane. He could do better. But anyway, and then Daniel Bryan jumps in the back seat with Kane. Poor Kane. He could do better. But anyway, with that being said, Lion Claw, what do you have to say about horror Fright Night, Monday Night Raw style?
Oh boy, where do I begin? I think I would just, if I were Daniel Bryan, I think I would put the car in reverse and just knock them over or something. I mean, this was typically out of an 80s horror movie. I think I've seen it. You know, the only thing missing was Brie falling down and breaking her ankle. You know, so I mean, that's the only thing missing. Brie needed to fall down while they were running to the car. That's the only thing you missed on
you
that.
have to have the token. Brick wall.
It felt like a cheap horror movie. Like she couldn't act. She can't act for crap. She kept screaming the whole time. So then Kane's in the back after he puts down the other. Like really, that's stupid.
I hear you. Go ahead, Paul.
You know, to me, you know, this segment was a little more cliche than most people would think. You know, I had a feeling since the beginning when they mentioned the car that Kane would eventually pop up in the backseat when they tried to get out of the arena after his match. But, you know, like I said before, the acting is a little bit of overkill on Brie's part. And Daniel Bryan seems like he's trying to survive, kind of stuck in the middle. And, you know, it's, you know, it would be interesting, but if it was produced properly. But, you gotta think too that they are doing it live in this kind of spur of moment, so everything you see is happening the second you see it.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they are nervous, even though they perform all the time, especially being on the flagship show Monday Night Raw and a major storyline, if not the biggest storyline in the WWE at the moment. So you know, there's pros and cons to it all, but overall, you know, yeah, they could have performed a little bit better in it, but the direction they were trying to go in, I do like it.
Yeah. CM. Shit Sprinkles has come back, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm bringing Shit Sprinkles back. Rip.
Trending.
Rest in peace, 1980s horror films. The IFC called WWE. They went their shitty horror scripts back because he did an even terrible job at doing what they couldn't do. And by the way, Zack Ryder retweeted to me earlier saying, I want that storyline back as well. So, yeah.
Drink the Kool-Aid. Ladies and gentlemen, this match was horrible. Or, this part was horrible. I mean, you know, because if you lived in the 80s, you remember these bad horror movies, and it's like, let's do it all at once. And it's just funny. I laugh at these moments because it's like you said, Paul, it's not like you could do a whole lot more. You're live. It's got to be spur of the moment, but yet it's almost too mundane. But you know what? It is what it is. It's going to promote this matchup. We'll just keep the car moving, and let's not go in backwards. We'll have Kane yell out, "Thanks for the ride, lady," later on. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have a rematch for the Intercontinental Championship. Bad News Barrett versus Big E. And this was kind of a continuation for Monday or from Extreme Rules. Barrett wins, telling Big E bad news for you. Guys, what's your thoughts on it? Lion Claw.
I thought it was a pretty solid match. I mean, you know, Biggie, you know, actually almost, you know, did a little bookend, and then he got the elbow in return. So I mean, bad news.
I love that. I love that finish, by the way, though. That's
bad news. I mean, for Big E. So
he needs to just start calling it the Bad News Bullhammer. So,
yeah.
All right, Brick.
Alright, yeah, it was a solid match. Yeah, he won by raking him in the eye and then him with Bullhammer, which was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Good match.
All right, Paul.
Yeah, no, honestly, what Billy said, which stuck out to me in the match, was the eye rake at the end that led to the bullhammer finish. Bad News Barrett is a heel, and he's been cutting his heel promos and, making fun of the wrestlers and the fans and, relevant topics just trending in the world. And, overall, I think he needs to add to that heel persona of his and really, really get under the fans, just get under their fucking hair, just get under their nails and just really make their blood boil. He has to get to that point where they absolutely hate him. And, heels these days get cheered and faces get booed. So it's really hard to dictate who's following who, but for the casual wrestling fan at least. But overall, I see Bad News Barrett being very successful in the next couple of months. He's already got the IC strap on him, and who knows where he's going to go after that. So I'm all for it. I think it's a great gimmick, and he deserves the push.
Yeah. All right, there's CM. Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, I'm confused by this crowd. That's the thing that gets me. This match was great. I enjoyed it. The crowd booed the living hell out of it. I understand that they're a big fan of Barrett, but he's the bad guy. This is the reality era where everything that's bad is good, and everything that's good is just thrown out the window. This match could have been a little bit better than yesterday, but like you said there, Paul, that irate, you barely see that before a finisher is struck anymore. That was some classic 1980s stuff right there. Any typical heel back then would have used it then. In this era today, not many people remember stuff like that. But the finish with that bullhammer, that was a mark-up moment. But that promo about with Barrett, the crowd was just buying into it and laughing. I'm just thinking, it's great, but at the same time, you need to realize he's a heel.
Like these days, I feel like they don't even cheer heels or faces or boo heels or faces. They just follow the guy they like. Yeah, I feel like it's evolved to that point where people know enough to know what's going on in the business, and it's to that point where they're just going to cheer who they like and boo who they don't.
Yeah, and it's almost like you can't assign you're a face, you're a heel, because the fans won't go for that. Or if you want to be a face, you can just say one word, point your fingers up and down, and everyone will respond to you. But if you try to be a traditional face, they just look at you and go, oh, you suck. I feel bad for some of these guys because they are working their butts off. I think Big E is a classic example. He's working his butt off. He's not getting a lot of that attention because you were talking about how he wasn't improving lately, Paul, on on your show about how there was times he wasn't improving in his skill. I think he will get better in time. Remember, these guys are young. A lot of these guys are very young, and they're just getting back in the swing of things. They're getting pushed. They're getting time. So it just takes time. And as long as we have no wires around Big E's feet, we are good. Because that was scary freaking watching SmackDown the other night, watching that mess. More promos of The Shield and the Wyatt family, and then WWE decides to get a little payback. Because, it is Mother's Day this Sunday. And what better way to honor your mother than the man that loves his mama, Mr. T. And if you remember the Hall of Fame speech that he said as he took over the Hall of Fame with his 20-minute, felt like 3 hours of a sermon. Dear Lord, I said, we had to say, I love my mama. Mr. T loves himself his mama. And it leads into Jack Swagger coming out and the Rose Express. The Exotic Express finally showed up. And I believe Zeb Coulter crapped his pants because he couldn't believe all the hippies that were around him. So, with that all being said, you guys can cover these two things together. Remember, it's party time all the time. Don't be a lemon, be a rosebud. There you go. And Lion Claw, go ahead.
I think we just witnessed firsthand the jobbification of Jack Swagger. Yes. He just been jobbified right before our very eyes.
Yes. What did you think about the Mr. T loving his mama skit?
He loves his mama. What
you gotta love your mama. Nothing wrong with that.
Mama, what do you say?
All right, Brick Wall.
Yeah, Rose. I don't know. I don't really think it's gonna make it feel like what are we in the 60s and 70s, dancing with the people around. I mean, whatever, bud, and shit. Like really? It feels like the 60s or 70s for him.
I did post on IRC. It looked like the updated version of the village.
Oh yeah. I see the RSC could be real fun like that, and I appreciate them for that. All right, go ahead, Paul.
You know, if anybody loves their mom, in my opinion, it's Jim Cornette. I'm sure Chris and CM Styles know what I'm talking about. He was a manager, but like if you think about it and look at his character, he was just like the ultimate mama's boy. No one really ever like recognized that about him.
Oh God, Jim Cornette.
He was a mama's boy at heart.
Yes, he was.
He's a spoiled brat.
You know that guy cracked.
Oh, one of the best managers back in the '80s too.
Dennis
Rackett.
Every time I mention his name, it rings in my memory. I don't even remember what we were talking about now, to be quite honest. So someone's gonna have to fill me in.
We got don't worry, it's the Mr. T Love Your Mama special and the Adam Rose and Jack Swagger moment.
Now I know why I forgot what I was going to talk about.
Actually, your story was better than the whole segments combined, so we'll just go to the next to see them on this one. You got that shit sprinkles title there?
It's around here. So. It went from shit sprinkles to a clusterfuck with this one. But the fact that, you know, I feel bad for Shelton Benjamin because Mr. T just took the spotlight away.
His mama.
And then Brutus Clay's mamas.
Somebody call
Somebody
my
call
mama too. But yeah. I mean, it was great to see that, and then bring it up. But that segment, he was rapping, and they kept. I was like, okay, kayfabe mashups must have done that one. And anyone that doesn't know kayfabe mashups, look it up on YouTube. But yeah, that was pretty well done, but it was just not something you want to see on Raw. I'd rather see that on like SmackDown or a Main Event or Superstars, somewhere where I won't watch on the network. But yeah, that Adam Rose debut was actually weird. Like you said, Zeb Coulter probably needed to change his diaper, realizing he felt like a hippie over again, because at the end, after Swagger got buried, literally, did you notice how they were dancing in the ring and Zeb was kind of dancing with them?
He started crawling too. It was great.
Before he started crawling, he was getting into it, realizing it's time for me to bail before I become one of these hypocrites.
He was like in the middle of a moon bounce. The ring was just bouncing, and he was just stuck there. He had no other choice.
And of course, he got his mustache tugged yet again, and that just made it even better.
You know, you really haven't made it in this business until you touch Zeb Coulter's mustache, apparently. But my God! And by the way, if we do get a tag team of Sheamus and Brie or Paige, I'm all in. Just make sure we don't do it during the daylight because we'll get blinded by the whiteness. But I love Paige, but let's be real. Keep it real.
And before we go any further, let's give a big shout out to Mr. Standards, aka Meltzer Part 2, who is watching our show.
Awesome, Meltzer. Appreciate you. Yeah. And with that being said, I wanted to go ahead and also. For all mothers, my mom's passed away. Happy Mother's Day coming up to all the people that are mothers and everywhere out there. We do love y'all. And look, hey, I love my mama. And Jim Cornette loves his mama. Sheldon Benjamin loved his mama. Mr. T loved his mama.
I'm a motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a Pokemon, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I'm poking some mom. But anyway, and then of course, the thing. You're getting all hyped about the Adam Rose thing. It was cool. I like the entrance. It cracks me up because, sometimes it's good to laugh. The crowd didn't respond so well. That's worrisome. My thing is this. The guy I would have kind of picked to debut would have been like a Sami Zayn or, someone that gets the crowd going. Adam
they should
or
give that
Adam
SmackDown.
Rose just got onto NXT, did those things. I get it, his gimmick is really over in NXT, but that's NXT. This is the main show. We'll see how it goes. I hope it gets better. The guy's not bad. I don't want to totally bury the guy because he's not so bad, but let's get into it, guys. Main event. By the way, SmackDown announced that Sheamus will be defending his newly won U.S. title. The way that looked kind of made it feel heelish. Liked it. And then we get the Shield versus Wyatt. Man, these guys have instant chemistry, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and say that. I know we'll probably all say that, but wow, what a match! We know about the finish. We'll talk about it all. Starting with you, Lion Claw. What do you have to say about this main event?
Pretty good match. I mean, Rollins was doing some moves that just went off on him for a tangent there. And it took, the Wyatts doing what they do, they kind of got them grounded, and they had it won, and then, of course, what happens. So, I mean, I like the ending, for real.
What do you think about the triple powerbomb Batista did to Roman himself?
Oh, that had to hurt.
Yeah, that looked badly landed.
Yeah, it did. All right, Brickwall. Like I said, it's main event. Tell me what you thought, man.
Yeah, I thought the main event was pretty good. It was a good match. Rollins took a big beating in that match. He got tossed around everywhere. Yeah, it was a good match. Obviously, we knew that Evolution was going to come out and do some kind of distraction. Overall, it was a good match.
All right. Paul, go ahead and give us your thoughts on the match, please.
It's ridiculous because, I'm still recovering from Shield Evolution from last night, and now we have Shield Wyatts, and it's like, wow, here we go again. It's like WWE is really upping the ante lately. Ever since WrestleMania 30, it's just been balls to the walls, and they've been delivering like hell, and, they really needed this, and the direction they're going in is amazing. But, one thing I'd like to say that I've been saying for the last I'd have to say at least 4 months is, the Wyatts are great, the Shield are great, even Evolution, relevantly, they're still okay. But every time something goes down with the Shield or any of those other trios, Seth Rollins is just a standout for me, and he's I wouldn't call him like a show off or anything by any means, but he's one of those guys. He just has the attitude. He's like, I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna take this. It's his to take, and he's gonna go out there and he's gonna steal the show. And he really does prove he's the best wrestler in that ring, bar none. And it's just phenomenal how far he's come from Tyler Black and to the Indies and all the way up to WWE, rising above the ranks. And it's just, I'm really proud for him. I've been a big fan for a long time. So, what a great main event we had. Good spots, and just like the night before, it's like can't ask for much more as a wrestling fan.
I hear you. CM, go ahead. Mike, as soon as you get on, we'll throw you a bone here. Go ahead, CM.
Yeah, this match right here, I'm going to give this the match of the night. Like you said, this is pure chemistry between all 6 men. And like Paul said, we just getting over Shield versus Evolution from last night. And this right here just intensified even more with Evolution actually coming out at the end and attacking the Shield with Bray giving, I believe it was Roman Reigns' assistant Abigail.
Yeah.
That right there, I was just like, wow, that was a great story being told. But yeah, I enjoyed this match. It looked like, from what was being said, Reigns was actually busted open for that sick power bomb that he took from Evolution. So that was pretty much getting a taste of your own medicine. He got a taste of his own blood to go with it. But yeah, this was a solidified match, and it just doesn't get any better than a 6-man tag right now for some reason.
You said it right there, Paul, about Seth Rollins is taking it to another level. Let's also give same credit to Luke Harper. The guy looks so wide-eyed and crazy, but can we just call this guy Bruiser Brody? And then he can fly. I mean, he is hyping the crowd. The crowd is behind. It was the ultimate who can puppeteer who better. And man, the chemistry between these guys. I mean, I am in awe of how these guys work together. Seth Rollins flying all over the place. Dean Ambrose, selling everything. And Roman just being a badass Roman. It's one of those when you're watching, it's like you better enjoy this because if whenever they decide to break it up and go somewhere, when they go their separate ways, we're going to remember these days, and we're going to be like, look how impressive. We're going to be wanting a Shield reunion. It's almost like, clockwork. We get a union together, they break up, we want them back again, and then we say, oh, y'all taking the spotlight for somebody else. But these guys are legit. I mean, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, these guys have worked very well together. And obviously, look at the respect they're getting. You got the Wyatts; they're getting brought up. It's like these guys bring their A game when they know they're going to fight each other. It doesn't care if it's a Raw; they're going to still do it. If it's a SmackDown, they're going to go all out. Hell, the one at main event was awesome. So, I have to say, there's not been a crummy, matchup with guys. And then you add Evolution. Wow, I mean that ending. When they did the power bomb, even though I'm not big with Batista, that was impressive. I mean, just kind of that emotion to feel. Orton dropping everybody, Triple H dropping everybody. I gotta go here, guys. That is match of the night. Main event lived up to the hype. Made me not even worry about anybody else. I wanted to watch more of them. So it was a very well done show. What's your guys' thoughts on the show tonight? Lion Claw.
Only thing we missed was Cena turning heel. He didn't even show up tonight. So I mean.
Oh yes, and Austin, if you're watching, you're fired.
So
you promised us a heel turn, Austin. We'll blame that on Mr. Austin, the Caprice.
I think a lot of people are expecting to hear a response from him, but so.
Well, he's supposed to be on main event tomorrow night. We'll find out what all's going to be up, and we'll go from there. Brick.
Overall, I thought the show was a good, solid show.
All right, Paul.
I just want to mention something real quick before I get my.
Go ahead, buddy.
I noticed before that you mentioned Bruiser Brody, and something WWE can honestly build to in the future is a Luke Harper and Bray Wyatt, some sort of disagreement or something like that, or dissension within the ranks, and it'd be similar to a modern day, Abdul the Butcher versus Bruiser Brody, in my opinion. I think they could work it if they could work it properly. But I just wanted to get that out there real quick. But overall, I'd give Raw like 8.25. 8.5. I thought it was a good, solid show. I thought they played the fallout from Extreme Rules well. Cena wasn't there, but Bray Wyatt still made up for it, and I was happy with the overall product tonight.
All right. CM.
Like I said, this was a good Raw. I enjoyed it. Things that kind of killed it for me though were, seeing the new U.S. champ being put on, or the title being put on Sheamus. I would have rather seen it put on a smaller guy, but we get what we paid for in this one. And on top of that, the 1980s scary story mode that Daniel Bryan just activated with Steph. And let me tell you, we forgot to plug her heavy hand. We know how she got that heavy hand.
Yeah, damn straight. She buried a lot of competition with that hand.
So, and I tweeted the stuff. I was like, we know how you got that hand. You can punch you into it, where that hand came from. But I want to give this Raw a 3-star out of 5. If they could have made that scary story a little bit better, like TV-14 and not PG, I probably would have given it a 4.
All right. What about the main event? If you had to grade that apart from the Raw, was that 5-star for you though?
That main event, I'll give it 4.5 compared to the spots that we saw last night at Extreme Rules.
Yeah.
If it would have been in and out of the ring, like in the crowd, that would have been 5-star material. But that even the main event lackluster a little bit. But you don't want to try to keep doing copy paste like you see every match or every time. We're not that other company who likes to steal the matches and ideas. But I'm going to give that a 4.5 actually.
All right, that's cool. All right, guys, look, match of the night has to be Shield and the Wyatts. It was really good. I got to give that. I'm like CM. It got to go 4.5 just because it's right behind. You know, Evolution Shield, and quite honestly, you know, like you said, Paul, you know, you felt kind of drained because you're like, damn, I just got through this match. Now I'm going to go through another, and because you know, it's like a high volume roller coaster, and you go on them so much, and it's like, you know, your adrenaline's pumped, but yet you're drained at the same time. So, but the Raw in total, I want to say about 3.5 stars. I don't want to go so far. A lot of stuff that was kind of iffy, but you know, it is what it is. After a pay-per-view, you want to stress key points. I thought it was very key to have Bray Wyatt out there speaking his stuff, you know, talking about, I use your weakness. The kids have turned their back on you, you know, and then we're getting a delayed satisfaction because tomorrow we have to wait for Cena to say something. So that's fine with me. I like the idea of the Intercontinental title being shown. I like the fact that Sheamus won the U.S. title because now it's like, you know, he was getting hated already, so it's like he's like, you know what, I'm fine with it. Let's do it, you know. So and then we got Shield being badasses, man. These guys are awesome. Wyatt's their streak is dominant. They're getting as dominant. I like the idea of Luke Harper, Bray doing the Abdul the Butcher, Bruiser Brody. The only difference is we don't get that kind of physicality in the blood that we used to get. Oh my God, exactly. So it's like, could it happen? I can see it, but it would have to. They would have to really be willing to go that far. And I think the guys are just would WWE would be. I'm not real sure, but like I said, those were some classic battles. I mean, just thinking of a few just brings back memories. But I think that's really good. I think Evolution beating the hell out of Shield was good too, just to get the fans build that emotion up because now we get excited for payback. So let's get another weekend. Let's see more. Let's get, you know, basically the ultimate tease job. You want to get, you know, teased enough to, you just got to watch the special event. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's really all for Monday Night Raw. Guys, is there any other comments, anything you guys would like to say?
I'm out of words to say for tonight.
All right.
Say something stupid, Paul.
No, exactly. Okay, Paul.
I guess that catchphrase has really resonated and grown on me in the last couple of months, but I guess it sticks well, so I'll take it. But, you know, yeah, I feel I'm happy. You know, there's not much left to say, really.
All right. Well, guys, Lion Claw, thank you for monitoring the IRC. Let them know we love their support and keep on pumping it out. And we're going to get together and do some more interactive stuff like this. Remember, we're at WrestleTalk on Twitter, 2 spaces between. So if you have any issues finding it, that's how you can find it. Lion Claw was tweeting along with me. CM was too. And ladies and gentlemen, please follow at Destroying Kayfabe. Also, please follow these following shows. We are Destroying Kayfabe. We do tomorrow night. We also do on Saturday nights too. And we also have PWFisWar with Paul, Brickwall, and also Sam. These guys are very talented guys. I appreciate y'all so much for coming and being a part of our show tonight. Brick, thank you very much. Paul, thank you very much. CM, man, come on, man. You're brother from another mother. You know where we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Wrestle Talk, happy Mother's Day. Be like Mr. T. Love your mama, especially the strap, and especially all the other stuff. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm C-Double. Don't be a lemon. Don't be a Dacite. Be a rosebud. And I'm C-Double. I'm out!